Hi guys, good evening. Please just indicate if you can hear me. All right, thank you very much. Um, yeah, I just decided to kind of say let me start the session today because basically you guys do not have questions, and I wanted to see how we are doing. Um, According to the program rules, is that if there are no questions, the live session is not supposed to hold. So So basically now if we're actually having a session now, it's just me breaking rules. Okay. So guys, how is the program going? How is everything going? Well, seems stream is taking too long. All right. I have just one question that's been asked, and the question is a question that's been answered. So I might just want to redirect the person back, but since we don't have too many questions, let me see how I can go through that questions. Now, I don't know if the other people are still to join, but anyways, whether they are 8 people or they are how many people, I will always continue. All right. Blessing. Sorry about that. Week three was challenging. Yeah, you remember at the beginning of the program, you were like, things have not started, and we're telling you guys that week one was a relaxing week. And from week two, things kind of for week three now you have two assignments against week two that was just one. And yeah, week three or week four. Now let's not say it's going to be more difficult. I think the pace which you have in week three is the same pace that will go throughout the other program. So um yeah, that's how it's going to be. So you have to keep up. You have to wear your shoes and I also noticed some people are going to school and it is difficult to catch up. But truth is that with this field, you need to do some sacrifices. If it means sacrifice some hours in the night to catch up with studies, yeah, it's worth trying. Okay. So Sugar is asking what happens if we miss a task due to issues of us of unforeseen, like the one you had last week. I don't think there is anything we can do. If you missed the task, then you missed it. Well, though, if you guys are attentive, then something like towards the end of the program, it's not certain, right? Towards the end of the program, they might reopen some task, and you guys will have to resubmit, but it's not certain. So that's just how it's going to be. So if you miss a task, you shouldn't stop submitting tasks because you missed one. Keep on submitting the others. Maybe if there is some grace somewhere in the future, you'll be given the opportunity to resubmit. But like I said, that is not a promise or it is not certain. Okay. Okay, so there's one person here talking about functions, and the person is like, how do I put form data into CSV with functions? All right, so you might let me show you something. Hopefully, if my screen is visible, let me check that. All right, so surely my screen should be visible. I'm going to try to enlarge this, and I'm going to go to this poll and pull out some two stuffs there. I'll create another folder called function CSV. It's just a folder to move some stuff inside. So I have form and I have action. I think these are the two files that I want to move. Okay, so let me see what is inside. Um, okay, I think this one should this one should register. So I have yeah, I have the form and I have the function. Basically, we've done this several times. So I just want to show you something right now. So after we have this form here, forget about whatever PHP that is here, just focus on the form, right? And we have the action, and the action is kind of, I'm going to just get rid of the validations for now. Uh, just for some reasons because I don't want to. Okay, so I could come to the bottom here, and in this bottom I define two functions, and I call it, for example, add to file, which is a register function, right? And that's going to take the name, the email, and so on. Let me just get rid of whatever is there for now. Mm, I have to disable this. So basically, this should be the function. I'm just defining an empty function right now. So I have this function that will write the data into a file. I have this other function that will display the data, and this one has nothing that will be taken. Okay, so what you see here, we have these two functions defined. I want to move this logic into um, the functions, right? I want to also get rid of validations. I'm not working with that right now. So okay, so we have this right now, and we want to move this into a function. So what I want to do is, okay, is this useful? So I could just say add to file, that's the name of the function, and I'm going to pass in the name, the email, and the password, which is this function we defined here, right? All of this not needed. Let me see. Uh, okay, I want to see where this is not necessary. Okay, I think that is it. So I want to move this logic into the function. So this is the function. This is the logic that adds data into a file. So I'll just cut all of this right now, right? And I'll come to this function here and paste the logic inside, right? So that's basically it. You've converted your normal logic that you were writing before into a function that will handle stuff for you. So there was nothing too complicated in this. Same thing here. I want to display the data. So this is the data. So I'll just basically cut this and paste it inside of here. and yeah, I think that is it. So basically, we have called this function to log in, and the next thing we might want to do is we want to also display the data. All right. So this display data could be within the login. After you close the file, you want to also display what's the name of the function? Display data like that. And when you call this function like this, you are done. It wasn't really complicated. You just need to move your logic into the block of code, just like we define functions. So the person who asks this question, hopefully God helps. Somebody is telling me to take them through the last assignment. And another person is saying there is no video for week 3 and 4 task, just pictures and text. Just pictures and text. How is that? Blessing, please could you expatiate on that? And then another person is saying, please can you take us through the last assignment? The last assignment to add data into a file. Well, this is basically we did it already. Like the last, I mean, 2 sessions back, there was something we did that totally explains that. So, except you want me to take it over again, which is kind of a repetition. So the last assignment was, I think, let me see, where is the assignment even? That was asking you to get data and save it into a CSV file and so on. And I think we already did that. In fact, all of what we've been doing for the past live sessions, we've been saving data into CSV file. So I think that is enough correction to actually talk about. Yeah, like if you notice, most of these things have been only to put data into CSV file. Most of them have always they have been like that. So me taking it over again, maybe you should just watch the last ones, okay? I think it will really be advisable to watch the last sessions. So I was referring to Blessing. She said there is no video for week 3 and week 4, just text and pictures. Let me check that. That's strange though. Go to YouTube. Um, all right, so let me check. Is it Zuri? Mm, hopefully, they are supposed to be videos. I don't think they are just text. And if that's what is there, then that's the problem. We did not take note of that. Let me see PHP 2022 playlist. And so the tutorials for operators, operations, arrays and associative arrays. I think this one's place now, except that data doesn't play. No, no, no. I think it actually plays. Like it plays. Let me check the other ones. Yeah, it does play. I don't know when you say it has just text and pictures. I don't understand what that means. So blessing, maybe you could explain that better. Like I think the videos or the tutorials for the other sessions they actually do play. They're not just text and pictures, like you were saying. Okay, so I think I answered somebody's question. I think she's in the wrong class because she asked this class was product design. Oh, all right. I get it. Okay, thank you, Sugar. Probably she's in the wrong class. Okay, so it's certain. Today is a Sunday, so this is when some people are supposed to be free to attend classes, but they're not there. So I don't think we have too much to do, right? And this was to answer this question. Uh, is there something else I need to answer, guys? If you have a question, maybe you should just pass it on. Let me answer before we end the session. I was basically having this session to answer the question for somebody talking about converting something into a function and so on. So if you have another questions beside that, you should ask. All right, so let me see. On the task for week 4, we have a comment at the end of each PHP file and says handle this page. What does that really mean? Okay, I think let me try to get that on GitHub. I don't know if it's on GitHub. Um, Maybe check it from the platform. This is going to be slow. Maybe GitHub will be good. Task. Okay, I think this is it. Zero PHP tax 2022. This is just user auth. Uh, so basically, I don't know if this is the task, but let me just see what is inside this PHP. Okay, so I think this is a task, but you don't want to see my code. So wherever you see handle this page, is basically that you should write your logic there. Okay, it's not much like that was just to indicate that that is where you are supposed to write your logic. If I start opening these files, those are basically their solutions. So if you want me to start opening it and showing you, that would be bad. Anyway, but some people already have access to this. I think I should make it private right now because somebody who is wise enough will just get into this. And so wherever you see, for example, let me go to this. I think you have something like handle this page at the bottom, right? That is basically that you should write this logic to perform the task for you. Okay, so there is, I think that is basically it, except that there's something that is not clear. I want to see, I thought I had this project in my local. Let's see this user auth. User. Okay, so I think let me extract this. Extract. Let me see if I can get the assignment itself. So I have. Okay, so I think I had it. The name PHP, and I'm going to extract it here. So let's go back to this. And okay, so I think this is the assignment. This is one of them. So for example, user auth, and let me see if the logic is already there. Oh no, the logic is already there. Like how come I already did this stuff? Uh, set cookie, set name. Okay, I don't think this is mine. This is someone else's work. Oh, I might have to just look for something else. So basically, you have something like this as the assignment. You have the folder structure the way it is here. This form, for example, the login form has action as login.php, which is what you see here. And this login.php handles the logic for you. So I don't want to show you these things. Like seriously, you are not supposed to see them. I want to look for folder that. Let me try something. Let's open this other folder. Home htdocs Zurich. Yeah, I think it should be here. Let's pray that I have not also implemented it already. Guys, I don't know. I'm sure you can still hear me, right? Okay, so I have something here. Yeah, this also has been implemented. I think I might just have to pull up to the other ones there. All right. So I'm going to just clear this. You have the whole stuff, and then you have this handle, this page at the bottom. Okay, so you have this handle, this page at the bottom. Now, this is basically that, okay, this is where you have to write your logic, okay? So there is nothing to bake in it. It seems most of my files here have already implemented the logic, and you don't have to see. Well, it has passed. So basically, this is a view of how that was supposed to be. For example, this is the login. I hope it has passed. Yes, this is the login, and you see that this is the logic. We open the file, we check while it is not the end of the file, we get each line and we check if the line, the username, and the password are they match what was passed in the form. If it's so, then we set a session, then we redirect the user back to the dashboard. That's basically it. So I don't think there was something here else to do. Now, in cases where none of this work, then we print out invalid username and password. Now, this handle page, when you are done, you could just get rid of it. But even if you don't get rid of it, it's no problem. So this is also on GitHub. You could actually access it since it has passed. It's on GitHub. You could check it and see the correction. Okay. And Jonathan, you're talking about my question is coming from the team in user profile. What is it all about? Okay, so at the moment, you're not yet using Teams, but maybe towards week 8 and week 9, what you're going to do is they are going to pair you guys or put you guys in groups, and those groups are going to be the teams, and you're going to work on projects. All right, so Jonathan, I think that's the answer to your question. Okay. So I was not planning us to that. So all right, it seems there is no question. So guys, I think we can end here. There are some other students who want me to attend to them privately. So we could end here, right? I think we are done. Except I did not answer somebody's question or somebody has a worry that needs everybody to hear. If not so, then can we end? All right, everyone. Good night. So do well to see how you can speed up with your assignments because I noticed submissions reduced drastically for the week 3 task. Yeah, I understand, but you guys have to see how to speed up.